Ain't no half step in Marcus J. We're going to end the show tonight with our rants and our closings. Thank you so much for everybody that listened to the show. We got some calls from some of our listeners that we had some technical difficulties, and hopefully if you were one of those people affected by those, you hung in there with us and you hear the sound of my voice right now. GlobalScaleRadio.com, Marcus J. Ain't no half step, and we are the highest rated show on Global Scale Radio for the entire run of the show. We started here in December every single month. Since our debut, we ranked #1 here on Global Scale Radio. We're very, very proud of that. I want to thank K-Dub for his contribution as he calls in every single week and he lets us know about the happenings on the National Basketball Association. And as we do every week, we want to thank him. Of course, I want to thank my partners in crime, my co-conspirators, Big Rube and Carlton Banks. So without any further ado, we're going to start our rants and our closings. The first thing I want to do is give the mic to my little baby girl, Mama J, who wants to kind of get in on the rant. So I want to go ahead and give her an opportunity to say whatever it is she wants to say. So, Mama J, you have something that you want to say?
Yes.
All right, what you want to say?
Children, obey your parents. Obeying is hard, but it gets you in trouble less and you get more fun out of life.
Awesome. That is very, 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 very sweet, baby. That's a great rant. I love it. Big
Love
Rube.
you.
Love you too, baby girl. Big Rube.
Yo.
Big Rube.
Yo.
What time is it?
Yo, it's smash time, baby.
It's smash time?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's get into it, brother.
All right. It's Big Roo. It's a smash. Time to get it in. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Roo comes in here today a little upset. Feel like that we can solve some problems. I feel like that we need to make some decisions. Not just me, not just my co-conspirators, but all of us. It is extremely unfortunate to see people on the side of the road asking for money, asking for food, asking for jobs, when I feel like our country can definitely do something about the situation. And I just don't know what to do. You know, I feel bad. Don't get it twisted. But do we really know who we're giving our money to? Who we're giving our food to? Who are we giving anything to? Because you have the people who really, really need it and really, really are in a bad place. Then you have those people who do this on a daily basis, who don't need it. They make a lot of money. They get a lot of food, a lot of clothes. And they secretly go home and laugh at us at the end of their day. Did you know in the city of Richmond, in order to be someone on the side of the street, you have to have a license? Yes, you have to have a license that costs $25 that you get from City Hall. Now, that brings up to the point, if they have $25 to go get a license to stand on the side of the corner to ask motorists for money, what else do they have money for? What is our environment? What is our state? What is our city doing to help these people, if anything? Once again, it's sad because for that every one person who needs it, you have 5 out here who don't. How come nobody ever gets hit? Or do we just not hear about it? Because they're in the middle of the medians. They're on the side of the road. They basically come up to your window. Some people are really nice about it, and they may give them $1 or $2, or maybe a 5 and a 10. Some people may give them a sandwich or a piece of fruit. Some people may give them a shirt. Some people may just become annoyed with them and give them nothing. But when you give them something and when you see in the background that they get upset because you didn't give them money for their alcohol, for their wine, for their beer or whatever, or for anything else, because you gave them a sandwich which is what they really need, are we to be upset at them, upset at us, or upset at society? This I ask of you because, unfortunately, I don't know the answer to myself. And as much as I feel bad, I feel like I can't play the game because ultimately I don't know who I'm giving my money to. This is Big Roo. It's a smash. Yes, there will be absolutely no videos of Zumba. Stop asking. I'm out.
I'm gonna get that video of him and Zumba. I really am. You know, as I started off the show, I lost a good friend of mine. I know my brother, my cohort, my friend, since the 6th grade. And one of the things that we kept saying is, dude, we gotta find our other boy so we can hang out. He's still in the city of Richmond. You know, we gotta hang out. We gotta hang out. Life is too short. Yes, he was here with us for 40 years. And I definitely appreciate being in at least 25, almost 30 years, somewhere in between there, with him. I just can't help but miss my friend. So when it is an opportunity for you to hang out with your friend, hang out with your people, do so. Pick up a phone. People always say, well, it's a two-way street. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's one way. And if you make the effort to call him, call her, say, hey, how you doing? Then do it. That's the thing I want to get across today. Make sure you keep in contact with your people. You will honor, cherish, and remember that person as long as they are here with you and when they are gone. That's my little corner for today. Big Marcus, since Big Rube over here was kind of quiet, I'm going to need you to bring in some, you know.
What you need, man? What you need me to bring in?
Need some energy, bro. Need some big thoughts coming in my head.
Well, you know, I have no problem bringing a little bit of energy, you know, into the closing of the show. And I'm glad to have an opportunity to sit with you guys every single week. And thank you for that nice tribute to your friend. Rest in peace to him. And once again, our condolences to his family. I'm going to go ahead and end the show with my moment. There's been a lot of talk about race and race relations and racism here on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. and on other shows as well. Anyone that knows me or has listened to our show knows that I am fearless with regards to this subject. Truly believe that we as people, when I say people, I mean red-blooded people, all people, never really fully resolve our issues unless we take a good, hard look in the mirror and identify our individual flaws, our biases, and our prejudices. And we all have them. As a black man who grew up in Jersey City, New Jersey, I had certain cultural conditioning that led to me feeling a certain kind of way about certain groups. Just as a white man of similar age and socioeconomic status who grew up here in Richmond, Virginia, may have his views of folks who may be different than him. So what I mean to say about that is, you know, recently I completed diversity class, diversity training at work. Class forced us all to take a look at our preconceived notions that we may have about people of different races and genders and sexual orientations, religions, all that stuff. It was truly enlightening. And we found that while we are comfortable being biased about others, we find ourselves extremely sensitive when the tables are turned upon us. While viewing others, we find ourselves individualizing positive characteristics of others while generalizing the negatives. I'll give an example. Someone might say something like, my friend Marcus J is really smart and hardworking for a black guy. This comment individualizes a positive, while that same person may turn around and say, I can't stand black folks. They're so lazy. That statement obviously generalizes a negative. Prejudices are not always bad. You know, as we all have assumptions about others based on our experiences and our observations, that problem arises when those interactions become negative. The key is to be self-aware and to be respectful. If you watch small children, you'll see that they generally don't see differences. They are very unjaded. They just know that they like playing with their friend regardless of what that friend looks like. Sometimes boys play with girls. Blacks play with whites. It really, really, really doesn't even matter. We could all learn a lesson from our children. That lesson is that our commonalities are far greater than our differences. White parents want their children to grow up prosperous and happy, just as black or gay parents who want the same for their children. There's absolutely no good reason for us to place our values on others and expect them to live by our standards while refusing to return the favor. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said something to the effect of injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I believe we need to abolish hate. That's a phrase that I heard some years ago, and it's a phrase that I try to live by. So while I'm fearless in speaking out on injustices and examples of bias against anyone who may have been wronged, I'm equally steadfast in having the dialogue with those who feel that my zeal is misplaced and biased in itself. While as a man I claim no specific religion, I consider myself a spiritual man, and if I had a religion to steal from the son of the legend Bob Marley, I'd say, as Ziggy Marley has said, love is my religion. That's the Murr, Marcus's unrelated rant that ain't got nothing to do with what we in here talking about today. That's the end of the show. We appreciate everybody who's listened tonight and every single night. You, our listeners, are the reason why we are the #1 show on globalscaleradio.com. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. So for Big Rube and for Carlton Banks, we signing out. In the words of Bob Marley, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Marcus J. Ain't no half stepping. We be back next week. Peace.